Even in the midst of a winter storm, I can get all the fruits and vegetables I want at the supermarket. Welcome to Loblaws on Church Street, my local grocery store, and a part of the largest chain of supermarkets in Canada. Loblaws is owned by the parent company George Weston Limited, and the Weston family is estimated to be worth $17.1 billion. Today we will be visiting the fruit section to take a look at where some of my favorite fruity staples originate, how they are grown, what they are labeled, and how they are selected for sale. When we think about the problems in food production, we tend to focus on meat and other animal products, while buying and eating produce is often seen as being much more environmentally responsible and healthy. But is it really? According to the Supermarket Tour by Ontario Public Interest Research Group Peterborough, over 100,000 synthetic chemicals are on the market to be used in all stages of food production, from fertilizing the soil to insecticides and herbicides during the growth process, and even post-harvest fungicides, anti-ripening agents, and aesthetic waxes. I was shocked to learn about the relatively little testing that is done on pesticides and other chemicals before they hit the market. Governments tend to only test chemicals over short periods of time, and they tend to consider chemicals innocent until proven guilty. This is pretty scary given we are talking about the chemicals used on foods we consume nearly every day, if not several times a day. While some particularly dangerous and harmful chemicals such as DDT have been banned in Canada, they may not be restricted in other countries, meaning that any imported products may still contain these chemicals. Chloropyrifos is a pesticide used on a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Research on this pesticide has indicated that it is harmful to children, having been linked to lower IQ levels and developmental problems. While the federal court in the United States ruled in favor of banning the chemical, the change of leadership at the Environmental Protection Agency has caused the ban of the chemical to be delayed until 2022, according to a National Geographic article by Lori Cuthbert. This means that any produce from the United States could have been sprayed with this dangerous chemical. At Loblaws, I was expecting all the fruits to have been imported from other countries at this time of year. I was pleasantly surprised to see that many of the apples, about 40%, indicated that they were grown in Canada. I even found some strawberries that were grown in a greenhouse in Ontario. Still, when shopping for produce, food miles are a significant factor to take into consideration, especially considering there was some misleading information at Loblaws. Many of the product origins indicated on the larger signs did not match those on the fruit itself. I decided to fill my cart with a variety of fruits and identify all the countries that had contributed to my shopping cart. These organic apples were from Chile, which is over 10,500 kilometers away. My organic bananas came from Colombia, approximately 6,300 kilometers away. This watermelon was from California, more than 4,000 kilometers away. When food has to travel so far to reach our mouths, it means that fuel is required to transport them long distances. This causes huge greenhouse gas emissions, polluting the planet. Most of the produce I saw at the grocery store came from at least as far away as California, if not much further. I was also surprised by how difficult it was to find any ugly produce. The same shapes, sizes, and colors dominated each type of fruit. Even finding a single bruised apple was almost impossible. This makes me wonder about all the food that isn't up to standard. What happens to it? Is it all wasted? According to an article by Andrea Janis from CBC, Canada throws away an alarming percentage of its food. The reasons for the high levels of waste are many, but one is the strict standards placed on the size and appearance of produce by supermarkets. Unfortunately, as a student, price is often the determining factor in what I choose to eat. However, I will try to implement small changes in my shopping habits to reduce my ecological footprint and to advocate for equity in the food supply chain. I will refrain from buying bananas on a weekly basis and select apples that are grown in Canada instead. When I have the extra money, I will choose to buy organic, or better yet, visit a farmer's market. Otherwise, I will be watching my fruits and vegetables a lot more carefully in the future.